Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Um, Good evening. Good evening, HK. Good evening. Okay, I can't read that. How are you guys doing today? So, this week we submitted the last module. So, you have all the six modules, which are the learning lectures that are available on the website, on the LSU India website. Uh, on the 19th, so that's next Friday, during the same time, we will have a compulsory. Yeah, I will tell you that today. So we have a compulsory. What do you call webinar scheduled for all participants that will be taking place next week on Friday at 5 p.m. And I really request everyone to attend that one because you will get all the information about the next phases along with a few other announcements about the competition in general. Right now, in order to upload the platform for which you can upload your projects, right? So what you'll have to do is you'll have to create a reel, pretty much, of your startup, focusing on just three things: the problem, the solution, and the USP of your solution, unique selling point of your solution. And that reel will, along with all the other details or detailed description about your startup or short description about a startup, will be used to create a page on the Startup Nation website itself. We are creating a separate segment for it. It will be launched on Monday. So on Monday, you'll be able to upload your videos. Uh, on Monday, you'll also get a detailed email specifying everything, what needs to be on the video, what perhaps to be careful about. Well, just make sure there's no background noise and stuff like that, and how to take a video will also be something that we'll be sharing with you. Um, but yeah, that is something that you need to do: create that pitch video and then share it, or you basically put it up on YouTube, and then you share the link of the YouTube on the form that we'll provide you, right? So that's how you submit your pitch videos. You will have time till 30th of September. However, the next phase, right? So after you submit your pitch videos, you're supposed to collect votes. So if the earlier you submit, the more time you have to collect votes for your own startup. The more time it will give you for promotion of your own videos. You can target different markets. If something is not working, you can pivot and try something else, right? And this will do two things. First is it will validate your idea for you. What I'll suggest is you target your target audience. So let's say if your target audience was students, or if your target audience was farmers, right? You share the video with a farmer community, or you I don't know, you figure out a way of sharing the videos with all the students, and let them judge the video and vote for you. This will allow you to validate whether that problem is a real problem or not. Secondly, the solution that you're offering, is it worth creating, or is it worth investing your time behind or not? Right? The USP that you are providing, is it something that is an actual USP, or is it something that you imagine is a USP, right? That you assume is going to be benefiting the target audience. So please work on that, and please focus a little bit. Just give me 1 second, right? Someone's getting a earful now. Sorry about that. Right. HK, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Hi, John. Alpha X Aerospace Private Limited. Good. So, what do you guys do? Any questions? Let's start with that first, right? What are your progress in startup so far? Any questions that you have? Now's a good time to ask. Or if you're looking for any kind of help and support, that is also a good time. We started on time today, so I think else will wait a bit. Meanwhile, John, why don't you tell me what you do? Good evening, Suryadarshini. Electric propulsion aircraft. You got a video for it? It's a good time to share if you've got something. What stage are you at? Are you still at an ideation stage? Are you still developing a prototype? Have you developed an MVP? What is it? What stage are you at? Sudarshani, I think I emailed you back asking you to select the mentors. You were supposed to select the mentors and tell me which one you want to be connected with, and then after that, I'll be able to connect you to the mentors. I cannot choose your mentors for you. Purisa, hi Mantu, uh, Hindway Hospitality Services Private Limited. Hi, hello Mantu. What do you do, Mantu? I mean, what does your company do? All right. So, John, you're still developing a prototype, but we are stuck with funding part. Do you have, let's say, a video of your project or what the kind of prototype you're looking? How much funding are you looking to raise? And why don't you tell me a bit more about you? What's your background? Are you a student? Are you a faculty? Are you someone who's graduated? Oh, I'm so sorry, Sudarshani. I will check my email and reply to you then. I apologize. I may have missed the email. Thank you for letting me know. 10 crore for 10%. So 100 crore valuation. What does the company do, Mantu? So John's looking for 10 to 15 crores of funding. What's the breakdown? What are you going to use it for? Just prototype, and where is the fund going to go? You're a graduated person. All right. Give me a bit more about your background, right? What did you graduate as? Is this your first startup? Well, tell me a bit more about you. What's your background? What did you study? Stuff like that. And why 10 to 15 row? How did you come up with this number? Like, what proportion of it is going to go towards X? Like, let's say this segment of R&D, that segment of R&D. I assume most of it's for R&D, but I just like to know a bit more on that. Because I may not get able to get you 10 to 15 crores, but I know someone who's running a program to facilitate something substantial for deep tech R&D. So you're working in hospitality sector. Okay, so you have your own cloud kitchens. I'm not able to understand, Mantu. Is it a cloud kitchen, or is it something that you provide, let's say, like a cloud kitchen equivalent of hospitals or medical care? Is that the kind of service that you're providing? Hello, HK. Not sure. My idea is that I want to generate electricity through waste fruits and vegetables. Yeah, why not? That's a good idea to generate electricity from waste fruits and vegetables. But which model are you going to take? Because I'll tell you there are a couple. One is where you convert waste fruits and vegetables to biogas and then use the biogas to basically like methane and generate electricity from that. Second one is okay. So what's your prototype? Tell me the process that you're using. Okay, food staying or in tourist sector. All right. I'd like to know more. So, uh, okay. So John says you've always been fascinated by aerospace, um, and how you can make flight more efficient and accessible. Okay. Okay. So you wanna, all right? Tell me a bit more. Tell me a bit more. When you type, just type the entire thing. This is not a WhatsApp chat. It's easier to read when it's all together. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Okay. So electrochemical process. All right. So I assume you wanna ferment it or something. and then use an electrochemical process? Well, because I am a chemist from background, so I can tell you whether it's real or bullshit. Uh, I mean, the doctor in my name is because I'm a scientist, not because I'm a real doctor, right? I mean, I'm not an MBBS doctor. Stop laughing. Yeah. Okay. I'm reading John's message. Our vision is to create world-class indigenous aircraft, and Sky Rover is our first step. That's an interesting name. Skyro, sorry, buddy. In YouTube, there is okay. I'm so sorry. I had no idea about that. uh, this is only my fifth live session ever, so I've never used this thing before. So sorry about that, John. But okay, I get that. So you wanna make your own aircraft, and oh, what like so okay, I'm going to keep it very brief, right? So, building an aircraft or building any kind of flight systems has multiple component to it. Okay? Have you been able to, let's say, build partially or at least some components out of that? Do you have, let's say, an IP or any kind of aeronautical background towards uh, this like that space, or is that something that you're still building on? Also, like out of those all those 10 components, or let's say 20 components or whatever 200 components, uh, okay, 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 all right. I'm sorry, I was reading John's message. Okay, so John, you already do have patents. Great. I know somebody that I can connect you to. They have some European funding available with them for R&D. If you have patents, are the patents granted or published? If they are granted, there are actually not just that, but I know a few Indian ones as well who are looking to fund R&D projects, like at least the deep tech projects. I'll float it around and we'll see. I mean, after the competition, not now. I can help you float that around, and then I mean, the ones who are interested, I'll connect you to them, right? So let's see what the other messages are. Abhishek Pratiksha Gaur. Okay, good evening, sir. I'm working on waste management and pharmaceutical. Okay, so I assume waste medicines or expired medicines, right? That's a good sector to target, especially uh, assemble. What's the best way to connect with investors? Best to connect with investors is first identifying the right investor. So I'll tell you briefly on that. So let's take John's example, right? So John comes from an aviation sector. He's looking for a funding of 10 to 15 crores, and this is for a deep tech project, right? So this is the parameters that he has. Now I can approach. So first is sector orientation. So I need to identify how many. So create a database of all investors. From them, identify how many of them are funding deep tech. Once you've identified that, then you look at the ticket size. You don't want someone who's looking to invest 50 lakh rupees or 1 crore rupees to come on board, because then you need require if you, even if you raise 10 crores, then you require, let's say, 10 to 20 people to come on board and write you checks. That is okay. That is also a way of going forward, especially in deep tech and R&D. But an alternative is to identify who can fund that 10 to 15 crores, and then you break it down, right? So you just approach then you approach the VC, because 10 to 15 crores is a large number. Angel networks will not be able to help you mostly there. So you approach the VC who's investing in deep tech and deep tech in aerospace at the same time, right? And then those VCs are more likely to at least hear you out rather than just rejecting you on the spot. That's how you choose your investors. And you will have to go through a lot of rejection. So at least, like, if you approach, let's say, 20 of them, 19 or 18 of them are going to reject you. You only require one in the end. It's a full-time job. So yeah, if you're raising, especially if you're raising large funds, it's a full-time job, right? You need a person who has expertise on that, and make sure you don't do it alone, because and you will need someone to run the company while you are at it, because you cannot be running around being a CFO and raising funds for the company and then not have any time to run actually the not have any time to run the company. Abhishek, when are the selections going to take place? Selections will start from, so the first phase is the voting phase, right? So you submit your pitch video next week, and you get time till 15th to 20th of October. So I'll give you till 20th of October at least. We're still in discussions, but we are thinking, depending on how many people actually submit on time. So submit before 30th of September. If most people submit by 30th of September, then we'll give you another 15 days or so to promote your product. But there's another thing that I want to verify first is if you have exams. Because if people have exams or any other commitments during those last 2 weeks, in the first 2 weeks of October, they will not have time to promotion. In that case, it will be 30th of October. So you'll get time till 30th of October till you promote your pitch video and collect votes. And on 30th of October, whoever has top 250 votes from their domain. So let's say you come from an agricultural background, the top 250 startups from that domain will be identified, and then we will start evaluating those. Right? That's how it starts. Uh, Fatima, okay, sir, I want to make an app about AI drug interaction. You'll That's a fair space, but you'll have to be a little bit more specific on that, Fatima. So number two, electrochemical reaction, transfer the waste into a container with zinc and copper electrodes. No, don't do this. Don't do this. And I'll tell you this because I come from a waste management background as well. My previous startup, I ran it for 3.5 years, and it was in waste management. I have a few patents on that. So I went around and I have practical experience on ground about the waste management segment, right? So the electrochemical reaction and to generate electricity using the waste material, using the model that you're suggesting, I will not advise it at all. And the reason is very simple, because you will never get uniform waste, right? So the chemical composition of your waste is going to be different every single day. Even if you average it out, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Uh, Also, even if you get the good quality waste, you will not get an efficient operating partner on ground who can collect, segregate, and do this kind of work with you. And even after all of that, you need to generate enough electricity so that you can make a business out of it. So just be careful on that, right? The idea by itself is good. The As a science project is good, but as a business, you'll just have to validate it. Check if the market and do the numbers, do the calculations. If there is a profitability scope in it, then take it ahead. Otherwise, do not take it ahead. Right? Rohan, my name is Rohan Kumar. I'm currently working on an idea to develop a filter-based smart water bottle that ensures safe and clean drinking water on the go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so I think that's why Yurichiro. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. We'll have to change that name. So my partner is working on money giving dustbin. If someone throws e-waste in it, it gives e-waste to us, and we sell that e-waste by repairing it. I know someone who has done something similar. Done something similar. You can Google RQ, right? And what RQ does is they work on recycling of printer cartridges, just printer cartridges. Right? They just collect, recycle, or not recycle, but process, and then uh, process the cartridges, and then they've created a few byproducts that goes back into cartridge manufacturing later on, right? Amazing process, but the only reason that works is because they have an efficient, extremely efficient collection mechanism. So if you're able to do that, if you're able to build an efficient collection mechanism of e-waste, this is an amazing project to work on. But if you're not able to do that, then it's raining quite heavily today. Anyway, but if you're not able to do that, then just be wary of it, right? Otherwise, if you want to do this in partnership with somebody, or not in terms of actual business partnership, but in terms of, let's say, a collaboration between your startup and someone else's who can collect that e-waste for you or create a mechanism where that e-waste is collected and comes to you, right? Uh, so I have good. So you want to churn the waste and then okay, this I've read. Okay, thank you. Inderjeet Pandey. Thank you. Yeah, sure, John. In case you don't have my number, I mean, my are you part of the groups? If you are, then you probably have my number. If not, I will share my email out here, and you can just startupnation.com. Right. So I've shared my email here. I'm not able to. Once again, I'll just ask my team. All right. So my team will share the email address on the chat, and they will pin it, so you'll be able to reach out to me. Right. Just drop me an email, and we'll connect. Not a problem. Sumit, what's the further process will be and how will it will start, how and when it will start. The next stage is pitch collection, starts next week. You will get about 15 days to submit your pitch videos. After that or during that, once you've submitted the pitch videos, then you can start promoting it. You're supposed to gather votes. Top 250 startups will be identified based on who gets the most votes. Top 250 startups from each domain will be identified based on the highest votes, and they will be invited for semifinals, and then the process will go on. After that, we will connect them to incubation centers for an incubation phase of 6 weeks, and then there will be the finale, right, which will be in December 21, 22, 23 in Pune. You can attend it physically, which I would strongly advise you to, because it will give you a lot of promotion. Alternatively, if you do not have the resources to attend it physically, you can also attend it virtually, right? Okay. So your exams are going on till 28. I cannot submit the pitch till 28. Fine. The last date is 30th. 30th of September, right? So you can submit your pitch video by 30th September and then start vote collection. See, the only advantage and disadvantage that you get of submitting your pitch video early is if you submit early, you get the link early, you get more time for promotion. If you submit late, you get less time for promotion. Uh, So John says that they have a few doubts about fundraising. They found a few consultancy firms that state that they can help you in funding, but they will. Can you trust them or it's a scam? Uh, Okay, so there are a lot of funding brokers in the market. They do work. They do work very closely with startups. You do have to identify a good one. The good way of doing that is working with them and making sure that they get paid if you are able to raise funds. Right. So they normally work on a model called success fee, which means if they're able to raise funds for you, let's say you want to raise 10 crores, right? So they'll help you raise 10 crores, and if they're able to do that, they will charge about 1 or 2% or 3% of the money that they have raised for you. Now, mind you, they not just raise for you, but they also make sure that all now you'll never get 10 crores in one check, right? They will tell you that you will receive money in tranches. So it's their job to ensure that you get every tranche, all the documentations are in place, the share transfer agreements are properly done, all of that stuff, right? So negotiation, making sure things are working well, but you still have to be a bit wary because there are a lot of the agents, and even if they work, even if most of them work, or even at least the ones that I know they tend to work, they are still in it for the consultancy bit, right? So they will help you raise, you get the money, they get the closing fee. That's it, happily ever after. After that, they may or may not like you. uh, Alternatively, what you can do is you can find a consultancy firm that is willing to stay on board with you as a retainer for the next rounds. So not pay them right now, but if they are able to raise funds, they will be onboarded with you as a retainer. They will charge whatever little salary that they do, but they'll make sure that when the next funding round comes, they will also be a part of that, and they'll make sure that your organization is generally known in that community or that investment community which you belong to. So let's say you belong to aerospace and deep tech, right? So they'll make sure that the aerospace and deep tech community is constantly made aware of your presence and your successes. Uh, but if you have a good way of identifying whether it's a good one or a scam is to go via referrals, right? So reach out to one of the other startups who are working in aerospace who have raised funds in the past, and then you ask them that, hey, did you raise funds via the VC directly, or did you use, let's say, a consultant of any sort? If you do, can you perhaps help us get in touch with that consultant? And they will very happily put you in touch with them, right? So founders help each other out. Don't worry. Also, if you're part of any incubation network or any of the other support groups, you can definitely put a message on that chat, and someone will put you in touch with someone like that. It's better to go via referrals because those startups have already experienced that service, right? Even if not in, let's say, aerospace, at least in some deep tech alternative, biotech or chemtech or something like that. Amjad, I am from, okay, Bicing Technologies from Hyderabad. We have submitted a pitch deck. Would be good if we have some weekly status update. We did not collect your pitch deck, Amjad. I think you're confusing us with another competition, right? We do not collect pitch decks at this moment. We will collect a pitch video starting next week. So on Monday is when you start submitting your pitch videos. Okay. Uh, Rich, what was your idea? Indrajit, right? So Indrajit, you're working on giving dustbins, right? So working on money giving dustbins for e-waste collection. For this one, I told you earlier that as far as your collection is efficient, as far as you're able to, let's say, collect only the e-waste and not the junk that comes with it. So imagine, let's say, a computer, right? A CPU. You don't need the entire CPU. Only need the motherboard, or you only need a few segments from it. But collection of a CPU takes a lot of volume and less weight. But collection of the motherboards is just relatively cheaper because logistically you can carry more in a bag. Like I can carry 10,000 of them in a small tempo versus carrying only maybe a few hundred of CPUs in the same tempo, right? So you just have to work the efficiency in your collection mechanism. And if you have a model where you have, let's say, a money, let's say, e-waste collection bin where anyone can go put in their e-waste and collect money from that, that is also a good model, and I've seen that work in some places. But at the same time, you have to make sure that your machine and the software is extremely good to verify that the waste that is being put in is actually e-waste. Otherwise, what will happen is someone will go and put in a battery, or someone will go and put in something heavy, let's say anything like lead or something, or stones even sometimes, and just create that kind of mechanism where there's a lot of weight going behind, and you have to issue money accordingly. So that's not something that you want to do. So Indrajit, just be careful on that one. As far as you are good with that, it doesn't matter. I think that then you have a good business. What's the ideal length of a pitch video? It's a reel, right? So 2 minutes. Many people watch reels on social media now, right? How long do you want them to be? 1 minute, 2 minute, maximum 2.5, 3 minutes, right? So Amitji, just work on that. Around this, I'm currently using support for Pusa. Okay, to validate my idea, but I need some assistance with technical aspect and material science. Sure, Rohan, just do let me know what you need, and I'm sure if not me, then one of the education partners or one of the other incubation partners will be able to help you. Tell me a bit more though. Just drop me an email with exact requirement that you have, and I'll connect you to somebody. Right? And PUSA, I thought PUSA only grants for agriculture. PUSA grants are for agriculture, right? How come you require assistance in material science and technical aspects? I'd like to know more on this. What do you do, Rohan? Yes, you can change your idea and send a pitch. So here's the thing, right? I will only judge the pitch video, and I will not judge it. Your target market will judge the pitch video. They will vote for you. I will only judge once they have in the top voters. So if you are in the top voters, only then I will judge. What video you submit, that's up to you. What project that you propose, what team that you propose, that's all up to you, right? Whatever comes, whatever people vote for is exactly the thing that I'm going to take. And I'll tell you the reason why I'm doing this also. Uh, Humans are biased, right? Everyone is biased to the knowledge that they have, the experiences that they have. What happens is when I look at 10 pitch videos or 200 pitch videos, I will look at it from size perspective, my lens. I am not your target market, right? I'm not the one who's going to be purchasing everything. Let's say you have an agri product or you have XYZ. Let's say, what was his name? Let's say you have John's planes. I am not the target customer. So my view is irrelevant. The only persons who views that matter is the target customers. So as far as the target customers are on board with something like this, great. You don't have to worry about it. That's why the voting system. Sole reason to remove all that extra additional human bias. Okay, sir, I have my account on the Gmail itself, but no reset option came in. No, I forwarded your email. This is about the reset, right? I forwarded your email to my team, and they said that they checked all they checked the entries back end, and your name was associated with a different email ID. I think not the one that you were trying to use to log in. So I think you have multiple email IDs, and you're using the wrong one to get the forget password. Just check with other email IDs that you have. In case even that doesn't work out, then do drop me another email or just send an email to support@lsuindia.in and they will help you out. The people will vote on, so you will get a shareable link and you can share it with people go on the website. It's on the Startup Nation, so we'll create a separate page for you and it's simply a like button. People can like it and they just have to put in the email IDs. The email ID part is only because we want to make sure that the same person cannot does not keep on voting multiple times, right? So we eliminate any duplications. Content of pitch video, just three things, please: problem, solution, and USP. That's it. Do not tell me how much fund you require. Do not tell me anything else. You may include your team, right? But that's it. Otherwise, just focus on these three things. Yeah, so Rohan, like I said, I knew that I know Pusa is very good with agricultural grants, but they are very limited to agricultural grants. But that's because the incubation center has made it extremely pipeline for agricultural startups. So if you have an agricultural startup, they are very streamlined when it comes to support. But if you're looking for something else, just drop me an email about it, or just tell me right now what you're looking for exactly. I may think of an incubation center and tell you which one to contact. So what's your startup about, Rohan? Tell me that first. Ship Mitra, what's the timeline for the whole video, including when we need to submit the pitch and the other requirements? So pitch video submission will start on 15th and continue till 30th of September. The day you submit your pitch video is the day you can, go to the website and collect your link and start sharing, right? So the earlier you submit, the more benefit you have. This voting session will continue till 30th of October, and that is solely because there might be exams in the next in the October, right? There's Diwali, so I assume there's exams before Diwali. Are there? Right. So there are exams before Diwali. Uh, and I don't want our students to focus on I don't because we have a substantial number of students, at least a few thousand. I don't want them to divert their focus either on startups and then I get blamed because of you I failed my exam. I don't want to be responsible for that, and I really do not want your parents to come after me. That's the sole reason. I'm very scared of your mothers. Also, our son, stop laughing. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Did it stop or what happened? Okay. Rohan, why don't you tell me about your startup? Yeah, yeah, please. Actually, you can just type it here, and I'd like to know more. If it is something very specific, then I can just tell you which incubation center to target right now. If they are in my network, or if I know somebody from that incubation center, I'll even I'll put you in touch. Right. I mean, that's the least I can do. Pratiksha, what's your startup about? Also, Vaishnavi Bhagwat. I think Vaishnavi and Love have a similar problem. You forgot your password and the reset option is not working because this I cannot open my dashboard. Yeah, I checked with my backend team on that, the LSU backend team at least, and they said that many people are suggesting that they are using the wrong email address to try to use the forget password, right? So just make sure that you're not using the wrong email address. If it is, then uh, I can't do anything about that. But if you have any doubts or any questions about it, once again I'll ask. LSU support at lsuindia.in. Put it on the chat, right? Yeah. I don't know why I tried putting it on chat from my laptop. It just didn't. So I just tell Hassan to do that. All right. What is on social media, Indrajit? I, Indrajit, your idea was nothing to do with social media. Yours was the waste collection, right? Acha, you want to collect it via social media? Is that what you mean? You want to collect e-waste via social media, like have a collection, like a community, and then you go collect and stuff. That's a very good start. That's actually a very good start, especially if you come from a tier one or tier two city, because the population density is high, and then you will be able to go and collect it. Another thing I'll recommend is schools. So many schools I know run a program for e-waste where students can bring e-waste whatever they have at home, and they can have a collection drive, and then you can just go and collect it from there, and that will really work. Uh, yeah, so try that, Indrajit, because yeah, that'll really work if because you'll be able to collect volume of e-waste from a single location and then process it later on, right? Builds a it's a good start to build a community instead of going social media where you're targeting masses and identifying the funnel. Start targeting local and then spread that way because uh, because there's a lot of manual work that's going to go into this, right? Collection of e-waste and so on. So that will work. Yeah, so Rohan, working on a project called Hydrometer. It's a smart water bottle with its own filter, UV sterilization, and features like temperature display and reminders. Oh my god. Uh, the idea is great. I am not very health conscious. My wife would really love a bottle like that. I'm just not into it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I get where there is a very good market for a bottle like that, Rohan. Your idea is to provide safe, clean drinking water anywhere while also reducing plastic bottle usage. I think that's a very good idea to work it out. My only question for you is, what are you gonna price it at? Because if you put in sensors for, let's say, or even if you put in a UV light that automates it, um, what are you gonna price it at? Because otherwise, if your price point is high, then just target an audience that can pay that and a market that has substantial of that audience, something like that, like let's say in Europe would be a good bet for you because people are health conscious and they are looking for alternatives. Even Australia would be a very good market for you, Rohan. So make sure you try and explore the export market also. Don't just limit yourself to the Indian market. uh, and the export market is really easy. Yeah, Indrajit, I was informed by uh, John about the limit on chatting. I'm sorry about that. I want to experiment with other platforms, but I wasn't sure that it's the right time. I think for this year we'll stick to YouTube, and then next year onwards is when we'll try and experiment with different platforms. I don't want to break the flow of certain types. Otherwise, there are Twitch and other platforms I think stream and because I don't want to go WebEx or Zoom or Meet. That does not allow a lot of startups to join in. At least a lot of people to join in. There is a limit on number of people, I think. Or I also there is also a possibility where there's a lot of chaos. So your idea, okay. So Dhriti, his idea is EnviroBot. In this, we are cleaning water and air through algae filters. Good idea. Good idea. Work it out a bit. If the science works out, it's there, and you will do good. Just make sure that when you clean water with algae filters, it does not leave any kind of smell to it, right, or an aftertaste. That will be a break point for you, right? Just, I mean, a consumer perspective. But apart from that, give it a shot. Pratiksha, now it's still an idea phase, about completing seminars on pharmaceutical products and packaging material and degradation of them at last. Okay, okay. But Pratiksha, just make sure that you study the compliances before you start working on your ideas. Yeah, because there are extremely strict compliances when it comes to managing of medical waste. The only the only process that is allowed, at least what I know is allowed for medical waste, is incineration, and that is also through a very specific type of incinerator. It's a very big nexus, but at the same time, it's just burning things down. If you can create an alternative and if the law allows it, then definitely proceed with this because it's a very big market. But just make sure that the law allows it. Otherwise, what will happen is you will create a very good product or a system, but the regulations may have not caught up with you yet, and that will, kind of put you in a place where you have an amazing product and it is going to work well. It is working well, but the law is not allowing you to use it. Right? Law works slower than innovation always. Uh, uh, Energy competitions are, it's honestly, as a startup founder, I can tell you, competitions are a way of making or building the network. Right? Don't focus on the prices so much. Focus more on the network side of things, because that network is really helpful. That network of startup founders, that that really helps, and it goes a long way. The network that I've built over the past 3.5 years, 4 years, anything I need, I can just reach out to them, and it's done. So, Amjad Hussain, and actually, that's what you guys should also do, right? Just make sure that we are, we are launching a platform, a social media platform for you to build a network around. But at least for the startups from those 250 domains, or from the 10 domains, and the ones that do get qualified, when you meet each other, make sure you network and get to know each other a lot, because that will allow you, because that assistance, that support will be required in your journey in the long run, right? It's a very lonely journey, especially as a startup founder. You can have a team of 200 people and you will still be the only one at the top, right? And it's extremely depressing at some points, especially when things are not working out, so you will need that support. Okay. Under the sun, would be great if any incubation center advice on AI agents, EWS, where we can try to pitch for our startup. So if you're looking for, let's say, a SaaS, is it a SaaS model? I mean, AI agents are used for a lot of things now. So I need to know a bit more on that, Amjad. If you could tell me on that, then I'll be able to connect you to the right incubation partner. Rohan Dixit, okay, basic filter only bottle, carbon and hollow, 700 bucks, 1500 bucks for filter plus UV sterilization. Uh, what is 2000? Okay, 700 to 1500. Okay. Filter plus UV sterilization is 2000 to 3500. It's a bit high, but I mean, if the market is comfortable paying for it, then who cares, right? As far as you can sell it. If you're not able to sell, so build a product. If you're not able to sell it in Indian market, always test out the other markets. If your product is good, then the only thing you're doing wrong is you're targeting the wrong market. Nilanjan, hi, how are you doing, my friend? Yes, yes, I have received all your assignments, and yes, I am trying to go through all of them as well for everybody. Uh, and the demo day will be 21, 22, 23 of December, right? Okay. Dhriti, so no, so algae will also clean air pollution. See, even if you go air pollution, water pollution, whichever pollution you want to try and target, first target only for one. right? So if you're targeting air pollution, target air pollution. If you're targeting water pollution, target water pollution. Second, you just have to make sure that at what scale are you targeting it. So let's say if you do like something like Rohan, where he's targeting D2C, where from the bottle a person is drinking it directly, right? At that time, you will have to worry about the smell and the taste and so on. But if your product can be, let's say, scaled to a point where I can do sewage treatment, right? If I can do sewage treatment with algae using a product and at scale, at an accelerated time, perfect. You do not need to worry about filtering things out for clean water, but you are actually just reducing the waste in the water, right? That's a difference in pitch, and that goes a long way. So just when you work and create your product, yet think what your customers need and which perspective you're creating for, and build it based on that. So if you're building for, let's say, customers who are going to drink that water directly from a bottle or a machine, then you need to be worried about the smell and the taste. If you're not, then no harm, no foul, right? Same goes for air quality. So if you're, let's say, creating air purification system for households or something like, those tiny dabbas that you get that you can plant anywhere in your house and they purify air or some shit. Uh, if you're doing something like that, then obviously you have to worry about the smell part of it, because I don't want my house to smell like algae. It's horrible smell. But at the same time, if you're doing it on a large scale for, let's say, cities in general, right? You want to put it on a drone and put it in the sky, just leave it there in Delhi, hoping that it'll clean something out. Uh, it's Delhi, so I mean, I'm biased against it, so forget about it. Let's take a better example, right? Let's say Pune, like cleaner air. So you want to put it on a drone, put it in Pune, and you expect that air quality will improve based on that. Works fine. I don't have to worry about the smell anymore, right? That's the perspective that I'm talking about. That's it. Pratiksha. Okay, I think I skipped a few. Right. Okay, so you already incineration is done only for the API and excipients and not other things which are used in pharmaceutical industry. All right. So as far as you've checked the regulation and if there is scope, go for it. Right. Best of luck. Do let me know if you require any assistance. Right. Good. Indrajit, you come to me with three different ideas today, right? You started off with something else and you went on to something else, and now you're talking about taking a survey of 50 people who are disabled. What's your idea, buddy? Focus on that. Focus on one idea, please. Do not keep changing it. I had someone attend a live call. I think 2 weeks ago. The lady gave me four ideas and five ideas. I was like, lady, I will not respond to any of your questions anymore. Please stop. Anyway, sorry about that. I get sidetracked. Anyway, Usha. So my idea is for farm. Oh, that's a very big word. Pharmaco. Okay, pharmacovigilance act. Anyone can report any drug adverse drug reaction in any language. The user can get instant help. That's a very good app, because I'll tell you what I'll do. But I don't know if you keep it as an app. I'll tell you. I'll tell you my. I just give you my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. It's up to you whether you like it or not. I love your thought process that allows anyone anywhere to report an allergic reaction to a drug, right? Core problem. If I get an allergic reaction, firstly, I don't know that I have an allergic reaction. I just think that I've fallen more sick because of my diet or because of my habits. But alternatively, if I do face something like that, uh, and I'll tell you why, because my wife has an extremely sensitive skin and body, so she gets very allergic very easily. So if someone like that wants to report a drug, this is an extremely good process. But the only thing that I am concerned about is I don't think you should create an app about it, right? App is something that I have to download and then use it on my phone. Alternatively, I'd suggest just create a website for it. Just the delivery mechanism is not something that I'm sure about. App, I'm not sure. Website, perhaps, right? because all I have to do is I can log in. I mean, I don't even have to log in. I can go to the website, report a drug, choose the drug, show some photos, and then, whatever, and then it's done. I don't need an app to be stored on my phone all the time. That's the only thing that's the only thing I'm struggling with that. Apart from that, the idea is amazing. Uh, so yeah, just report it, go for it. Amjad, AI agents which can integrate with any OpenAI and database and try to perform tasks and also can be fit in any industry and sector. EWS, especially to use in banking or oil and gas, using sentiment analysis. Okay, I shall drop you an email for this. Okay. Um, okay, Amjad, I think that's a very vast application scenario, right? Uh, Perhaps send me an email with a proper detail. I'd like to read it and then I'll respond to it accordingly. Because I don't want to just comment something that I don't understand, right? So allow me to understand your process, what you're trying to do, and then I'll comment on it accordingly. Also mention in detail about what's your target market, how you're going to do this, because there are a lot of AI apps. Just make sense out of it, right? Just give me an email, a proper one. I'll read it. Pratiksha, is there a last day for submission of assignments? Ideally, yes, it is 15th of September. Please submit before that. Um, Didi, okay. Can you tell me who are my customers? Wow. Sorry, buddy. That's your question, not mine. Um, but you know what? Might as well explore. All right. Okay, this is an exercise. I'm not going to repeat it with anyone else, right? But just because Dhiti is lucky today, I'm doing this. Who is her customer? So let's talk about her product first. It's an algae-based purification system for water purification or air purification. So she has two different products, right? Let's start with air purification. Now, who requires air purification? Industries, manufacturing industries require them. Homeowners require them. So consumers, generic public consumers. Then which other places require them? Cafes, uh, like open outdoor, any store that's outdoor, right? They require it. Large scale usage in terms of cities, so entire city sometimes needed. Every week, every winter, you have Delhi. Give it a couple of months, and you'll have Delhi top the list again in air pollution. Um I'm sorry if you're from Delhi, right? I just don't like the city. Nothing against you guys. It's just the city that I don't like. Right. Shut up. Right. Back to the topic. So sorry. So yeah, those are my customer segments. So manufacturing, consumers, outdoor businesses, and cities in general. Those are the things that I can think of on top of my head. Now, if I want anything in the place of my business or anywhere inside my house, my air purifier should not smell. So, because it's an algae-based thing, I just don't want it to smell. Plain and old simple, right? I don't want my house to stink. I don't want my cafe to stink, and I definitely do not want my office to stink, right? Industry and cities. Now, industries are looking for a large scale one because they have. So it's not just the chimneys, but there is also a lot of odor that is there inside a factory, depending on which factory you go to. So chimneys take care of a lot of pollution part, but there is a lot of odor depending on the processes you have inside the factory. I want something to get rid of that smell inside my factory because then my workers would be more comfortable working in it, the environment, right? And then lastly, the cities part. So I have so now this is three tires. My lowest tire is small devices, which is for offices, cafes, and houses. A mid tire one, which is for, let's say, manufacturing plant. I can place it in different locations depending on how it works. And then I have the larger ones, or I have a more decentralized model, which is for the cities one for metropolitans to work on. Do not approach the cities; they are useless. They will never pay you. Personal experience. Uh, consumers and office spaces are good targets, but there are a lot of competition in that space right now. You can explore it provided you have an extremely good product. Alternatively, industries is a segment that people have not explored quite a bit. You can definitely start from there because it will give you a very low competitor market for a very short scale, right? The moment people get bored of the consumer side, they'll go to the industry side. So just work on that segment. Now, from the water side of things, again, water, I need a purifier for the house or just general public usage. I need one purification for just a garden purification, or let's say garden water, because I don't want my plants to die because the water is too acidic or too basic or something like that. And this is only for, like, one of those gardener types. And third, let's say hotels and restaurants or something like that, where people come, they want to shower and so on. Like, so motels, hotels, five-star properties, those guys. And the last segment is waste management, so sewage water. There is a swatch, so there is a mandate, but so different mandates. So countries have different mandates, and national and international, where many regulations require larger housing societies, or to, let's say, a larger housing society to process their own wastewater, right? That's a good target, but depending on how and what it works, because these guys are, you can, working with builders are easy. You give them a discount, they'll buy your product. Once a builder or a contractor buys your thing, the homeowners are not going to replace that machine. They don't care. They'll just keep on paying the what do you call, the maintenance on that, right? Give a good discount to a contractor or a builder, and he will install it for you, and at the same time you get the homeowners to back off. Like, they'll keep paying for your repairs and recurring costs, whatever the filters and stuff that you have. Good, stable business model there. But when you do this, you just have to make sure that your structure, your machine is able to cater to that specific problem and work extremely efficiently, right? So, trust is a very big factor here. If you break trust, tata bye bye. Doesn't work out, get out, right? Make sure of that. When it works with working with businesses and working with organizations, trust is the only thing that matters there. So I hope that answers your question, Dhriti. And I will not do this for anyone else's product. So all because it takes too much time speaking, and I only have 4 minutes left. Hmm. Okay. All right. So how can I make it? Oh my God. Where are the messages? I think I missed out quite a bit of the messages. Last year submission, yes. How can we better? Okay, blah blah blah. Nilanjan, okay, yeah. Best of luck, Nilanjan. Go for it, buddy. Sir, on which website do we have to send the videos? You'll get an email. You'll get an email on Monday. You'll have to do it on startupnationindia.com. It's just the process is something that you'll get over the email. Right? Once we launch that web page of that website. Rohan Dixit. In India, popular brands like Meton and Cello already offering their product in a price range of 1,500 3,000. Okay, good, good. However, when it comes to more stylish or fancy tumblers or water bottles, some brands are charging as much as 1,200 rupees for the basic bottle with no special features. All right, so you have done your like. I mean, I am not bottle guy, right? But you've checked. There is a price range that people are. There are existing products within the similar price range, and you want to fit into that with a more premium product. Works amazing. Go for it. Uh, all right, Indrajit, you can send me a detailed note as well. Not a problem. On my Gmail, no, do not send it on my Gmail. There is a Startup Nation email that I have sent it. Yeah. Pratiksha, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I've been definitely going mail you and all right. Yeah, just drop me an email with a proper, what you're looking for and stuff. Just do not ask me who your target customer is, or do not ask me who your mentor should be, or something like that. I like, buddy, just figure it out yourself, or I'll schedule a call with you at some later time. I do normally, have those conversations as well. It's just that right now I don't have the bandwidth till the competition gets over. After the competition, just drop an email, whatever you want to have a conversation with, I'll have a one. Okay, so phone addiction, ego and attitude solution, introvert silence, hesitation to talk to interested person. Ah, Okay. Hotels and cafe pre-booking issues, lack collaboration, third-party profit. All right. Can I share a PPT? Absolutely. Just drop me an email. You can send it to me on email, and I'll go through it. Next week, I will have some time because it's a time when you guys are busy sending your pitch videos, so I get a lot of free time. So I'll reply to your emails at that time, right? So give me. I'm working on weekend on something else. Yeah, I have something fun coming up too. I'll share with you guys next time. Uh, but yeah, thank you so much. I think I'll wrap today. It's 6 p.m. already. Thank you so much for joining in. Do let me know if you have any other questions. You have my number. You have my email address. Just drop me a message anytime, and do not call me. I will not pick up calls. But if you drop me a WhatsApp message, I will make sure I reply. I make sure I reply to all my WhatsApp messages. Right. So just that's cool. Sheikh Talha, just leave next time, buddy. I would love to answer you, but time's up today. All right. Thank you so much. Have fun, guys. End stream.